Now we are familiar with the working of NMOS pass transistor. In this video we will see the working of PMOS pass transistor. The schematic symbol of PMOS pass transistor is shown in the figure. Few points about PMOS pass transistor. First, as you know, hole are the charged particle responsible for the flow of current, and hence source is most positive terminal. Current flows from source to drain, so drain is negative with respect to source. Third, as you can see in the schematic, there is a bubble on the gate of PMOS pass transistor, which indicates the transistor is on when gate is connected to logic 0, that is VGS less than VTP, and throughout our discussion I am going to assume that VTP is equal to minus 1 volt and VDD is equal to 5 volt. Now let us assume that I have connected gate terminal to logic 0 and 5 volt at one of the terminal, and other terminal is connected to a capacitor. Now I am assuming that the initial value in the capacitor is 0 volt. So 5 volt terminal can be treated as source. The terminal in which capacitor is connected, that is going to be drain, and we have a VGS is minus 5 volt, which is less than threshold voltage. So VGS is equal to VG minus VS is equal to 0 volt minus 5 volt is equal to minus 5 volt, which is less than the threshold voltage, that is minus 1 volt, and hence transistor is on and a current is going to flow and capacitor is going to charge. So voltage across the capacitor is going to increase. As voltage reaches across the capacitor to 5 volt, okay, there is no change in the value of VGS, okay, that is always fixed to minus 5 volt. So I can say that PMOS pass transistor passes strong logic 1. Now let us take the given circuit. Copy this. Now instead of 5 volt, I am changing this voltage to 0 volt. In this case, now the terminal where the capacitor is connected, that is going to act as a source terminal, and the terminal where the 0 volt is connected, that is going to act as a drain terminal. And the initial value of VGS is VG minus Vs is equal to 0 volt minus 5 volt is equal to minus 5 volt. That is my VGS, means transistor is on, and a current is going to flow, and capacitor is going to discharge. And during this process, the value of VGS is changing. So let us assume that the voltage across the capacitor is 4 volt. So if Vc is equal to 4 volt, okay, it lead to the VGS value is equal to minus 4 volt. Similarly, if this discharge process is continue and the voltage across the capacitor is 1 volt, this lead to the VGS value is equal to minus 1 volt, which is equal to VTP if voltage increases beyond minus 1 volt. Let us suppose 0.9 volt, the transistor will be off. So if I want to discharge, okay, I cannot discharge this capacitor below 1 volt. Okay, so I want logic 0, but I get 1 volt across the capacitor. This means the PMOS transistor passes a weak logic 0. Remember, I wanted 0 volt across the capacitor, but I am getting 1 volt. So I can write conclusion that PMOS pass transistor passes weak logic 0. So both the transistor and MOS and PMOS, they passes one strong logic and another weak logic. Okay, now let us see what happens if I am going to connect pass transistor in series as shown in the figure. So I am taking 3 pass transistor, but you can take any number of transistors, let us say n transistors, and we will see how exactly it is going to work. Here all the gate signals or gate voltage, gate terminals are connected to 0 volt, and I am going to have one output capacitor, and the other terminal of the capacitor is connected to ground. Let's call this VC. The voltage across the capacitor is VC. Okay, I am applying a 5 volt at the input. So and I am assuming some virtual capacitor in between. Okay, node, let us call these node as a X and Y. Now quickly write down the terminal. 5 volt terminal will be known as source, the other terminal is going to be as drain. Okay, similarly source, drain, source and drain. Now this VGS is minus 5 volt, which is less than the threshold voltage of PMOS transistor, and it is fixed, and hence a current is going to flow, and this is going to charge the capacitor C1, and the voltage across the capacitor is going to be 5 volt because it passes strong logic 1. Now again I am applying this 5 volt, the X terminal is going to act as a source terminal for transistor T2, and the VGS value is fixed, that is again going to be minus 5 volt, and hence at terminal Y or at across the capacitor C2 we are going to get a 5 volt voltage, and terminal Y is going to act as a source terminal for transistor T3, and for transistor T3 also the VGS value is minus 5 volt, which is less than the threshold voltage of PMOS transistor T3, and hence we are going to get a voltage 5 volt across the capacitor, that is VC is equal to 5 volt. Okay. Now let us assume that we have the same circuit and we change our input. Let us see how exactly it is going to work. So instead of 5 volt, now I am changing this terminal to 0 volt. Now the 0 volt terminal is going to act as a drain terminal for transistor T1, and other terminal is going to act as a source which is connected with the transistor, which is connected with the capacitor C1 where we have stored 5 volt. So VGS is going to be equal to minus 5 volt at the beginning, VGS is going to be equal to minus 5 volt initially, and capacitor is going to discharge, so we will have 1 volt across the capacitor. So new voltage is going to change it to 1 volt. Okay. Now again in a similar fashion capacitor C2 is also going to discharge, and the new voltage across the capacitor C2 is also going to be 1 volt. Similarly, the voltage across the capacitor C3 is also going to be equal to 1 volt. So we wanted a logic 0 at the output, but instead of logic 0 or the perfect 0 volt signal, we are getting 1 volt. It means the logic 0 is degraded in PMOS transistors. Okay. So we can quickly write, it will give the perfect output for the signal if we are applying input is equal to VDD. Okay, it is going to give me the output V out is equal to VDD. If I am applying input 0 volt, it will give me the V out is equal to VTP is equal to 1 volt. So in this circuit we have a small correction. What happens if we change the transistor connection? Okay, so now the transistors are connected as shown in the figure. I am just taking two transistors and both are PMOS. Now again I will have two cases for this, so I'll copy this circuit for my reference. The gate terminal of transistor T1 is connected to 0 volt, and on the input terminal we have applied a 5 volt. So at the gate capacitance of transistor T2 we are going to store 5 volt, and let us assume that we are applying 5 volt here also as an input. So in this case the VGS is going to be a 0 volt, which is greater than threshold voltage, and hence transistor T2 will be off and the voltage in capacitor CL is not going to change. Now let us see the second case. Okay, we are applying a 0 volt over here, 0 volt over here. I am assuming that the terminal X or the node X anyhow at the beginning charged to 5 volt. Okay, that is my assumption. Okay, here again I am applying a 0 volt, and this capacitor is also going to be charged at the beginning to 5 volt. Okay, so these two 5 volt signals are my assumptions. Okay, so I have charged this anyhow. Now what is going to happen? The discharge process will take place through transistor T1. So I will have a voltage at node X is 1 volt new voltage. Okay, because I want logic 0 and PMOS gives me degraded logic 0. I will have a 1 volt because VGS should be minus 1 volt. So I have 1 volt. Now gate terminal is connected to 1 volt. Okay, for transistor T2. Now I need to maintain this voltage VGS is equal to minus 1 volt. So the new voltage at the load capacitance, that is CL, must be going to be 2 volt. So I was expecting 0 volt across the capacitor CL, but what I am getting is 2 volt. Okay, so this type of configuration is not used, or it is avoided, because you can see how the voltage is changing. Okay, and if we will see the noise margin, which you are already familiar with, so this 2 volt neither fall in the range of 0 logic or nor fall in the range of logic 1.